guys, it's Nutcase, and in today's video I'm taking a look at a watercolor palette by an artist here on YouTube. Her name is Andreja, but she used to do doll customization, but then she started doing custom-made watercolors, and then she's also now dabbled into making custom palettes, which she had made specifically for her watercolors. And so I ordered this one because this was the set that I could get my hands on, but she has other sets that are available in this palette. And yeah, so we're gonna take a look at the palette first, and I'm gonna give my first thoughts on it, and then the next part of the video is gonna be me testing out the colors in this palette along with this one that I was sent as well as a little extra. Along with the palette and the extra watercolor, and Andreja also includes a couple extra things like her business card, a little photo of her and her cat, and then instructions if for some reason the paint is sticking to the wrapper, but also this cute Meet the Artist postcard that has information about her and like includes her cat. And then she has this print that she sends, which is a picture that she used these colors to make. I believe that it is still digital, but it is based on this color palette. So yeah, let's take a look at the color palette, or at the palette in general. I will say that just right off the bat, it feels really nice and smooth. My only gripe with the palette, really, and this is because I've had it sitting on my desk, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is like a glossy photo sticker that she's used to put on this, and as awesome as the rest of this palette feels, just in general, including like the wrapping of the watercolors, I feel like this feels kind of cheap, because it's like a very like sticky, glossy, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but like I already have water damage on it just from it sitting on my desk, so I can only imagine how messed up this label is going to look after a while. I may actually be trying to remove the label at some point, but I don't know if I'm going to do that for this video. But yeah, so initially you buy the palette, and it's like this, and it is just the top of the palette with the swatch card and the 4 colors, but Andreja also has an option to have a little mixing tray. Looks like a face. And so she's got coating on the inside here, so you should be able to mix your paints on here without staining the wood. One of the things about this video is we're going to test that kind of stuff out, but all of these connect by using magnets, so they stay nice and connected. I am pretty, I'm pretty much like, I have like a thing where I want all the sides to look right, so I have them lined up a certain way, but all the magnets work great. You can stack things like this as well and have them kind of resting in a stacked orientation if you want. My only thing that I would have liked to have seen is if and I don't know if it's just not possible with magnets since she's made sure all of them connect properly like this, but I would love to have been able to have like the top be able to be flipped over so I could have it next to the mixing palette or something, so I can see, like as I'm mixing it, the base colors as I'm mixing. But along with those having magnets, the base of the palette also has magnets, because these are little metal pans, I believe. I'm pretty sure these are metal. But yeah, so the next part of the video, I'm going to be opening and swatching these on both this and in my watercolor sketchbook that I do, and I'm going to try using the mixing palette. And the last part of the video is I'm going to be painting a picture using these. I'm not going to be sketching the picture in the video, but yeah. So at the end of the video, I will give my final thoughts on the palette. Also, I'll have all of Andrea's stuff linked down below, along with her like Instagram and Etsy, where she sells palettes, watercolors, and pins and prints and stuff like that. And she's an amazing artist, and I do suggest you guys check her out. But let's get into trying out the palette. Okay. Hey guys, okay, so I'm not done with the picture yet, but I am at the point where I am done using the watercolors, and so I'm going to give my final thoughts on the watercolors themselves, probably finish up the video with the last touches of this to finish it up. Now, I've owned dot cards by Andreja, and her watercolors, I love them, and honestly, this palette, I love it. I love the feel of it. It just feels good to hold. The only issue I still have is the sticker. I feel like it's going to get damaged very easily, and so it's not going to look great. So I'm probably going to try and remove this myself. If Andreja, for some reason, watches this, my biggest request would be to sell more of, like, sets, because I know you sell the sets like this, and so you buy them like this, but what I'd love to see is if you were to sell the sets just like this, but have them also have the magnets, so you could just start stacking and stacking and stacking, and so like you can have more than just the 4 in here, because I feel like if I got to be, like, if this got to be a cube, like, that would be fine to still travel with, in my opinion. But, you know, that's just my opinion. But if something like that happened, I would take this card out and put a new card in, just so I have, like, all the swatches in the swatch card. But yeah, so that is really, like, that's my thoughts on this. I really like Andreja's watercolors. They're awesome. Again, I'll have them linked down below if you guys want to do it. She does do releases where, like, you know, she's a one-person team basically, so she's not gonna have a bunch at one time, but, you know, you can try and grab it. That's why I was able to grab this one. But yeah, Andreja, if you were to make just like extra trays that could go in here as well of the other colors, because I would love to buy more that would just add to this palette and add to these color selections. But yeah, so let's get to finishing this, and that this is probably the last you guys will hear from me, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. If you guys did, please give me a like, possibly subscribe to the channel, or even check out my Patreon at the end. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye!